Welcome to Reels to Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers here with my husband David Williams. We're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. So good to see everybody back. And we hope everybody's had a good time. I know we had a tax-free weekend recently, and I hope everybody didn't empty their pockets and spend too much money.
I sure hope so, because I'll tell you what, probably knowing our luck, they'd get back in school and then they'll give them a whole nother list of stuff that you gotta buy.
You're probably right. You know, we're not having kids, I don't know, but I hear some horror stories from parents over these school lists.
Right, and some of them I just scratch my head because that was something that we never needed in school, but then school's changed a whole lot.
Well, we weren't germophobic back then, you know, kids.
Oh no, heck, kids could sneeze on each other and everything else, and it didn't make a bit of difference.
Nah.
You know, the teachers just tell you, oh, if you accidentally threw up, well, somebody can clean that up and let's go, you know. But of course, I understand now that kids stay inside a whole lot more and they don't get exposed to near as much dirt and things as they used to, so.
I bet, you know, there's no kids that makes mud pies anymore.
I bet it's a very slim percentage if there is.
You know, I can remember getting those little throwaway tins that you get your homemade, well, your store-bought pie crust if we ever had one, but we must have because I used them, and put the mud and the rocks and see if I can find me some bugs and sticks to put in there, and that's pretty fun.
Just had your own science project there,
I did.
right? But, you know, and the kids used to do a whole lot of things like that, and, you know, catch lightning bugs and
June bugs.
June bugs with a string. Of course, now Peta'd say that's inhumane to the June bug, but
Probably so.
you know, but had a bunch of hours of entertainment though with that.
Oh yeah, I remember it being so hot that we would, and it's been hot. We'd sit outside on the porch or lay in the grass and look up at the clouds and try to decide what the clouds look like, whether they may be bears or horses or whatever we thought the cloud meant to us.
Well, and you know, that's that creativity that unfortunately we're not seeing a lot of young people have anymore.
Yeah, I think we need to cut off the cell phones, and I'm not saying they don't need them, I just say maybe more limited exposure.
Because things need to take a step back and people need to start using cash again, quit using that debit card all the time.
That's right.
Heck, all of a sudden you won't be seeing no dead presidents.
That's true. You won't be seeing First National Bank, Tri-County, any of these local banks. They'll be, what are they calling that? One
World Banking.
One World Banking, one Commerce Banking, I don't know, but it'll be the government.
That's right, so, but we won't get on our political high
No,
horse. Although this first movie we're gonna interview has some political high horsing.
Oh, it sure does, you know, and some true story behind it.
Yeah.
We like true story movies.
Yeah, probably if you talk to some of the people over there, it's way too true.
That's true, and a lot of the soldiers that have come back,
That's right.
it was way too true. Well, let's take a look at the trailer for our first movie for the day, which is Kandahar.
Why am I here, Roman?
I need you. We're gonna destroy their whole nuclear program.
I know the risk. Trust me.
Please be safe, will you?
Okay.
My God.
Web source just came through. The CIA is targeting Iranian nuclear facilities.
Our cover's blown. We leave in 15 minutes.
Stretching Point is an old CIA base in Kandahar province.
I just want to go home, and I'll be with you.
The distance is not the main issue. It's what's in between. Any of them catch my guy, we'll sell him to the highest bidder.
There will be no sanctuary for you.
Raise your hands. Do it before they get trigger happy.
I'm not a spy.
I need names.
We didn't get a name. Please believe me.
Tell me what's truly going on. We're cutouts in an even bigger game. This is my life in your hands. No one is coming to rescue us. for everything. Get down!
Solid ground.
That was a trailer for Kandahar, rated R, from Open Road Entertainment. This stars Gerard Butler and Ali Fazell. Like I said, this is based on some true events that happened in Afghanistan, and really good action movie, and tells a good story.
Well, you know, we see Gerard Butler, and he can do everything from comedy and bounty hunter to being the president's
Bodyguard.
And the director of this one did work on Greenland with him and the Angel Has Fallen movie. So, you know, they got a good working rapport. And, you know, it was sort of based on a lot of how CIA and FBI and these other secret operatives that's got letters that we don't even have a clue about is doing things in other countries to make sure that they don't step up a level to, and, you know, does Iran need nuclear? No, because they're going to probably sell it to Russia, and Russia's going to use it against Ukraine, and then all of a sudden somehow China will get involved, and then we'll have just a big old mess. But needless to say, I ventured off the story. You know, here you got the Gerard Butler character that's the mastermind behind this plan, and whenever the plan goes off as like it's supposed to, but the extraction team didn't go off like it was supposed to. And needless to say, there's the Afghanistan warlords involved in it, governments, just people that's mad at him. You know, a whole lot of variety there.
That's right, people you think that are the Taliban and don't end up being the Taliban.
Yeah, you know, this one here, you sort of had to keep up because a lot of them are dressed the same.
That's right.
You know, it was sort of like they said in different movies, you know, all the armies don't all dress in uniform. Some of them you don't have a clue on whose side's on who. But this one was I thought entertaining. I thought there was some good chase scenes, some unusual close quarter combat. So, Kandahar.
Good movie.
Kandahar.
Kandahar. And we're probably still not saying it right.
Probably not. I'm sure to somebody that's from that country, they say it completely different.
Probably so, but I think that's the way it's been pronounced on the news when I've heard it from time to time, Kandahar.
All right.
So we'll see.
Well, yep. So thankfully, Gerard Butler and them are on hand to keep us safe.
I think he's going to do, is it a Greenland too, maybe this coming year?
I think that's supposed to be coming, and I think that they're rumoring another Angel Has Fallen type.
Oh, I wonder where they're going to take this one to.
I don't know.
Maybe Gerard's going to be the president.
Maybe, you know.
Who knows? He may be president these days.
That's right.
Why not Gerard Butler?
Yeah.
Or his character. He's Australian.
Right.
I doubt if they'd let him be.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, I think, you know, Arnold would like to be president too, but since he was born in Austria, he can't make it.
No, they won't let him unless they do some fudging and say, oh, look at here, he was really born in the United States. All righty, but that was the movie Kandahar. We're going to tone this down a whole lot from Kandahar. Let's look at the trailer for the movie. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
I'm here to speak to you today about your changing bodies.
The blood is released through the vagina.
Please, just do this one thing for me.
Let me just be normal and regular like everybody else. Just please, 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 please.
What I feel, I can't say.
I've decided I want you to join my secret club. If you want to be in the club, then you have to wear a bra.
Oh. You think you need one?
Are you you okay? You can tell me the truth.
Fine, good, yes. We have the Campus Improvement Committee. Any volunteers? Social Committee, Fundraising Committee. And how are you?
I read that when you don't have any loved ones around, your life expectancy drops drastically, but you know, I've had a good run.
Gets tiring. Trying so hard all the time, doesn't it?
I don't know if I want to do this. Just that we're ready. Please, God, let it be a lady. Do you think any of us will look like that when we're 19?
We must! We must! We must increase our bus!
Well, that was the trailer for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, rated PG-13 from Lionsgate. This stars Amy Adams, Kathy Bates, and Amy Ryder Forster. These three name whole things gives my little tongue trouble. But this was just a wonderful little movie, and if I had little girls that was 9, 10, 11 years old, I'd want them to watch it with me.
Right, you know, and like, it is based in 1970, and of course, you know, from Judy Blume. And we sort of looked up her on how many, you know, she's had about 4 or 5 books made into movies. A lot of television.
A lot of television stuff.
But this movie right here sort of, you know, I didn't really know what to expect, but it touched on a whole lot of subjects that was really big issues in the early 70s and some of them even today.
Yeah, that we're still facing today with interfaith marriages and readjusting because moving schools and just a whole variety of problems this little girl had to face.
Yeah, and thankfully she didn't have cell phones and stuff that kept them following her everywhere.
That's true.
You know, you know, of course, like you said, the new school, all of a sudden here's the little 4-girl club and all of a sudden on how that one rumor turns into a whole nother thing is brought up in this.
Yeah, it takes on its whole life, a life of its own.
Right, and of course then, you know, there was a spin the bottle scene in it and birthdays from the kid that you wouldn't expect to have the big birthday blowout, but did, and well, what the adolescent crushes. And of course, I thought it was really neat on the relationship she had with her grandmother that was Kathy Bates.
Right.
And then it sort of all of a sudden explained on why she hadn't seen the other grandparents, and, you know, what was sort of based as a comedy sort of had some pretty serious twist in it.
Well, you had, well, we're not going to tell everything, but this movie uses late 60s, early 70s music. It just was a part, they were another actor in this movie because they've used some groups that I can't ever remember being used before. And I'm not going to tell the audience who because I think they'll watch the movie and find out for themselves.
There you go. And of course, I thought the point where Margaret just blowed up at everybody was really good.
It was.
You know, so, and left you with that scratching your head type feeling on, how does kids feel about some of this stuff?
That's true. You know, and she was really good. This is, I think, her first, they introduced her in this movie, and she just did a wonderful job.
Well, you know, really and truly, I thought a lot of the young actresses did. Now, some of the others may have been some from Disney or something, but this, I think, was several of them's original big screen debut. I guess. So,
they might have had something on television.
They could have.
Yeah.
Well, we got another big screen movie.
Oh, we got 2 more for them today, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. Well, as much as we enjoyed Margaret and her conversations with God, let's move on to our next movie. Let's take a look at the trailer for Fast X.
Punch it!
You know, we'd already be there if Roman wasn't driving Ford Knox on wheels.
You see me shining, baby. We're locked inside. It's a trap.
That's a bomb.
All right, dorks, what are we blowing up?
What? The Vatican? Wow, you guys are going to hell.
No! Get out of there!
The great Dom Toretto. If you never would have gotten behind that wheel, I'd never be the man I am today. And now, I am the man who's going to break your family. Piece by piece.
The devil's coming.
Boom. Tommy, I knew you would come for me. So how about we all just start shooting each other? Time to end this.
Let's dig some graves.
You are not to be trusted.
Hey, you ain't on my Christmas list either.
Cavalry's here.
Cheers.
We need weapons and cars.
Holy sh...
Cannon cars.
Do you like surprises? I adore them.
I'd stay down if I was you.
You'll need to hit me harder for that.
The game's over, Dom. You lose. This is your last ride. Then you might want to buckle up.
That was the trailer for Fast X, rated PG-13 from Universal. This stars, of course, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and we've got Jason Momoa showing up in this one, along with the 20 or 30 other people that we just don't have time to name.
Well, it seems to bring back everybody, even at the very end, a bleep of what's to come.
That's right, because now this is a part one of a two-part movie.
Yeah, and what surprised me when Susie was doing some of the research is they're not going to bring it out next year, but they're going to wait a year.
Yeah, why not just bring it out next year? Why didn't they just film it back to back? But, talking about filming, $340 million to film this movie. Third largest budget in history to make a movie. That's all. That's just blows my mind.
It does mine. Of course, it's got all the great car stunts, the fighting, personal, hand-to-hand type thing, blowing up foreign, cities and locations, and there's no telling what it took to close down some of these streets and things that they filmed on, and we get sort of used to seeing a lot of it against a green screen, but I think they tried to film a lot of this stuff in the locations they were portraying and things. And, Jason Momoa does a good job as the bad guy.
Yeah, I heard he enjoyed making this movie because he got to play the bad guy.
And he's always sort of been the upstanding one in a lot of them. So, but, Vin Diesel and about the whole crew, didn't we believe that there was a cameo of Paul Walker's daughter in this one?
She does play a small part in this one.
So, I think that this movie has developed probably a set of friendships that they may bicker with each other like families do, and I believe this has become more of a family than just a bunch of actors and actresses working together.
But if you say like you and I have a bickering going on and we're big stars, doesn't that make people want to seek us out more to see what we're arguing about and maybe see how well we're going to act in our next movie together, So how much of this controversy between Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson is true and how much of it is orchestrated by the studio?
Hey.
We just don't know.
We don't have
but
a
there's
clue.
a question.
That's right. And
Inquiring minds want to know.
that's right. And of course, we ain't heard Dwayne Johnson tell him that he was going to lay the smackdown on him.
Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
So, but for an action-packed adrenaline gas fumes movie,
Gas fumes movie.
Fast X.
Fast X. I keep wanting to say Fast 10. X sounds so, I don't know, pretentious, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Fast 10.
There we go.
There we go. Well, we're going to keep this geared up this notch because we're going to take you to outer space. Let's look at the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back and totaled.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
I get the same old dreams, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
That was the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, rated PG from Marvel Entertainment. Of course, this stars Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, and Dave Bautista. This is going to sort of be a bittersweet movie for a lot of our Guardians people, but man, did it rock.
You know, of course, a lot like Margaret, the soundtrack that goes with it has always been classic in all three of the Guardians. It gives you a backdrop on the raccoon.
Tells us his story.
His story. You got Dave Bautista, all of a sudden that this band of misfits is a family. Sort of, I guess, family themes going on here today. And like you said, it is bittersweet, you know, but they've done help save the universe. They've done everything. I didn't, you know, it was one of them things that I was trying to scratch my head on. How did they have like the Zoe Saldana character back in there? But they explain a lot of things very well. So, and of course, Groot has definitely grown up a lot in this one.
Again,
Yeah.
from being huge to baby to his regular size again.
And golly, it's amazing how many tree limbs can fire different guns too.
And there again, we got Vin Diesel again because he does that grunt and Groot thing.
Yeah, he's the voice of Groot.
Yeah.
You know, not that I thought that they needed to hire anybody, you know, notable to do that voice, but hey, he did it. He's getting a paycheck.
It works.
It works, you know.
You know, Bradley Cooper don't ever have to be in a screen, and he gets to be the smart mouth Rocket and Raccoon.
Yeah.
And
you know, so, but, you know, as far as for a conclusion of this chapter of the Guardians of the Galaxy, they did a very good job.
They did. They did.
You know, they brought in some people from some of the other ones, and you have all kinds of little cameos and pop-ups in here. Of course, they're pretty rough on aliens.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. We needed Dave Bautista to battle the real alien, but
That would be a good sequel, wouldn't it? Dave Bautista in an alien
versus
movie.
the alien. So. But, you know, needless to say, Dave's rough, tough, and tumbling. Little different shape from the WWE that he was in, so.
That's true. That's true. I was trying to think another one he could be in, the Predators.
Yeah.
He could go battle the Predators.
That's right. So, golly, heck, Arnold might even have to come out of retirement to battle the Predator.
Yeah, they could hook up Arnold and Dave Bautista. Since, well, no, that's Sylvester Stallone that's been in these, but.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm sure, you know, there's going to be a fourth Expendables coming.
There is. Sure
So we'll
is.
be
I read
looking
it on the internet. You know, anything on the internet's true, so.
That's right. So,
You know.
But, you know, hey, I guess the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, come and check it out with us at the video store, Ben Lomond on demand.
And Fast and Furious 10.
Yep, so
Fast
all of
10,
them.
11, 12, however many.
That's right. Keep on coming. Keep seeing us. Come keep up with Ben Lomond, because they need your help too.
That's right. This is all local family here,
That's
and we're
right.
all family in this area.
Yep.
Well, thank you for watching our show today, and glad that you're part of our Ben Lomond Realtor Rentals family, and we'll be looking for you next week.